3 different locations to farm tons of Mercury from early, mid to late game. I'm 30 hours deep into the game and I'll help you get stronger. Before we start with the early farm, the most important thing, make sure your inner demon gauge is completely filled. The reason for that is simple. If you're above 90% madness, you get more Mercury per kill. Let's test on this guy. He would currently give me 410 Mercury. That lady gives me 4,000 Mercury. You can fill your demon gauge up using a maddening incense or interacting with the invoke menu on your altar. Here I'll just buy tons of raven pills and bibbidi bobbidi boo, 144 madness U. The bonus damage we'll take doesn't matter because we also deal more damage. Now instead of 410, we're getting 492. That's 82 essence more for that kill. And as we then kill said lady here in her pavilion, we will get 5,160 instead of 4,200. It's worth it. For the early game farm, we have the Lingzhen Temple, but I'll be honest with you, until you reach the Palace Hill, you don't actually need any kind of farm. That being said, in the Lingzhen Temple, you can simply take out the monks hovering around these barrels, the monk that's coming at you, and each of them gives you around 123 Mercury. And then you're also going to take out Jeremiah and Dave on the side, together with Jimothy in the box here. The tiny goblin is 60, the monks are 132. That's quite some already. And now you could just go, rest, rinse, and repeat. There is more monks in here for another 96 and 96. And they can always drop red mercury spouts. Then just go to the shrine, reset, and repeat. This should help in the beginning to unlock more stats, more strength, and to get you to your Shadow and Crush and other things that you need for your respective weapon. For me right now, 5 points of strength give me 11 to 12 more damage per swing. That being said, 25 strength is the soft cap. Afterwards, every point of strength gives you less bonus. Now, if you actually go around Worship Rise and discover, the real path to strength will be getting the red feathers, because the red feathers will increase your mastery with the weapon, and that really gets the damage up by a magnitude. For these red feathers, I got a VOD up with tons of timestamps that show you the locations of every important item in the first 7 hours of the game. The temple farm will carry you through the whole sanctum area and the bonus area attached to it. Afterwards, you'll enter the Mercury workshop and make your way through the bandit cave into the Doom Willow Beach. You shouldn't need any farm for that. The boss there is relatively easy, especially if you did your discovery and at least get your mastery upgraded to +3. The next farm will be needed to beat this respective lady. If you're not there yet, she'll be pain. She's very strong and annoying. You want to be quite leveled and have also some damage for it. For this, we'll begin at the Palace Hill. That's the last point before you fight the boss. Here at the Palace Hill, you make your way through the woods, back up on the temple where you came from. You can kill this guy, even though he does give 60 only. I know that sounds less than the 400 you got, but the 400 you got is way later down the farm. Then we're heading to the right. Past the dude on the ground. And take out our friend with a torch. Then you're going to turn right and go through the door. And you should have fought this shinobi guy up here, who gives a few more Mercury points. You can stagger him with a hit in the back and then just finish him off. Relatively simple. That's 276. At this point, quite good. Making our way further down, we get Jeffrey and Jeremiah. Sending them back to the lobby. Jebediah. And another 2 potatoes. You notice quite a lot of enemies. Then you need to make your way further down, and don't actually forget to loot these guys because they can drop any kind of sprouts, like the red mercury sprouts, red mercury blooms, whatsoever. As we're going further down, we have a dude with a spear. Thank you very much, my friend. They're giving you tons, another 228 into Jeremiah. Up the ladder. I know this one is a bit lengthier than the other ones, but there's just too many valid targets in this area to do. And we're not actually going back to the teleporter. We're teleporting back to the teleporter. You can take out the next one for 60 more. Into this guy, into the dock. Boom, 1-8, easy peasy. Then turn left. And there we have one guy with his duel. I recommend just doing a heavy attack to throw him off balance. And then you get 2 more guys. For this, the same goes as well. I'm generally like heavy attacks, throw them off their balance, and then you just finish them off. Apart from if you get stuck on a stair and you can't actually like throw them off. Good, now that you've killed all of these, you could technically head through the beginning palace door, as there is a couple more opponents. But I feel like that walkway might not make it worth it, as, well, we got dudes here around the fire, and then we get another soldier guy behind there. So maybe worth enough. Decide for yourself if you want to, like, you know, take that little detour here. I mean, they will come from the bottom up. They want to fight you. You're obviously a bit weaker than me, so you're gonna have to try a bit harder. But I tried and tested this as I was this level. And then instead of running back, you're gonna actually take your feather pearl. Returns you to the location where you last entered the dream at no mercury cost. Does increase your madness, however. Who cares? My madness is fine. Like, I want to be mad. So I'll just take a feather pearl and teleport myself back. Now, these feather pearls, you should have some already, and you can buy them with madness. So just make sure that you actually stock up there. Now rest and repeat. And as a little tip, fighting the lady if you struggle. Skip this if you don't want a tip. She has quite some points where you can hit her in the back and stagger her. With the great axe, it was a tad complicated because the great axe is slow. So maybe try one of the faster weapons with charge attack to hit her in the back. Now we're going to teleport to the final endgame point. You could do something in the Cloud Spire, but I'll be honest with you, there was nothing really good in the Cloud Spire. It was fine-ish. And also the region itself gives you so many boosts that you don't need. Mount Zenvu is different though. You get the Avian March, and keep in mind that the Avian March is the optional region with 2 optional bosses. Where we're gonna go is the Zenvu Antechamber. That is the main region. And as you arrive at the Zenvu Antechamber, you'll have this dude standing on top of the bridge and the 2 pagodas left and right. Your first goal is going to be to make your way through the one pagoda, cross the bridge over to the other pagoda, and then you can take this bridge over to the side. And that will take you in a big roundabout way through the whole area until you unlock this shortcut in the antechamber. And before you unlock this shortcut, you don't need or want the farm. Now what we see here is bird bros fighting hammer dudes. And what you want to focus on is killing bird bros first, because else the hammer dudes kill them. So that's 492 already. Then we attack the guy from the back. Make sure to take him out, but also make sure that bird guy dies. So this dude gives me 2,000. The bird guy gives me 1,152. So that's another 3,000. As you see, bird guy almost dead. So we want to intervene really quickly before he kills that. Another 1,000 plus another 2,000. So that's alone like 6,000 from the birds and the dudes. And each of these is another 400 more, right? That's amazing. Now the problem is I killed some feathered enemies, the birds, and that actually reduces my madness below 90%. So I gotta make sure to use my maddening incense to just scoop that madness up a bit, that I keep getting the bonus. As you kill these guys, also pick up their loot. They can actually drop quite some amazing growing red mercury. Growing would be 800 mercury, and they can also drop crystallized red mercury, that would be 2,000. The crystallized is rarer, it still drops. So now we have made 6,000, 8,000 already, and you get her. Now a lot of people find her difficult. You can hit her in the back, okay? But you can also just spam her with heavy attacks. So I'm going to do my charged heavy. That throws her over. Then I'm going to do another charged heavy to throw her not over, because that. And then I'm going to do another charged heavy to finish her off. and that's it. You could also hit her in the back, but that's another 5,000 plus. So we're sitting here at 12, 13,000 just for that little jaunt here through these guys, plus whatever red Mercury you get. Now you can reset, rinse and repeat, or if you want to have the double trouble bonus farm, you can also go over to the side, because here you got another dude of these. So we're taking him down. 2,000. And then we have these guys here with the flags that are so easy to take down, it's almost silly. And they give 1,000 per takedown as well. So might be very opportune to consider killing them. Could die here to these dudes, but you're usually able to handle it. And then you have him as well. I would probably leave the guy in the corner alive because he has 2 dudes protecting him, and it can be annoying to actually fight the guy. So yeah, that's the farm, like almost 20,000. And now I'm gonna leave. The bird you could make to aggro you, but I don't think that's worth it. And then you're gonna rest and repeat. Did I need any of these farms to reach my level 65? No. I didn't farm, I just discovered. But I discovered every single nook and cranny, every single thing there's to see, every optional boss, every piece of red feather. Like, wherever you could go, I found it. The whole avian dwelling, the avian march, every bonus boss, every bonus elite. That gives you tons of points as well. If you do that, you might not need to farm. But if you're stuck on a boss, I recommend it. Don't forget to then take your points that you earned and go to the refuge camp or Shoe Sanctum and buy yourself all the armor pieces that you can get from Mr. Wuchang. This will help you down the line so much with all the boss fights. I have bought most of it, what I need, especially the Fiend Felling Pendant for increased damage dealt against large enemies. And the reason you buy these is because they all provide you with different resistances. This armor is okay against corruption and blight, but shit against the rest, but it has actually good stab and slash resistance. That's why I'm kind of using it, because I was fighting a boss that was stabbing and slashing me a lot. But you really want to have things that are also extremely good against corruption, extremely good against despair. Like, you get the drift, right? You want to have all these armors that help you in the respective scenarios, because you will be faced with frostbite paralysis and all the other things. Now, the farms get less and less useful the further you go. Right now, for 2 levels, I need 52,000 Mercury. That being said, while recording this video and actually farming there, I got myself that 52,000 Mercury in like 10-15 minutes. So it might get less efficient, but it's still worth it. And right now I wanted to unlock the actual sword saying tree for the one-handed sword, for the long sword. And the main reason is because that gives me 1 strength and then 5 strength. Am I planning to go further in? No, not really. But I just wanted to get that easy 5 strength that the board has to offer for my axe, since this now netted me another big damage bonus. Dankeschön. And now watch these 9 things that every Wuchang player needs to know and should have. Enjoy and have a fantastic good day.